Now let's move on to our next section, which is this part, which is a highlight. Okay, let's quickly create that. So let me collapse this, and let me collapse this header as well. Now our main section has been started, and this is highlight. Okay, and let give it as highlights, and now we need to add some CSS to highlights. Okay, let me add CSS later because I need to add some content here. Okay, now if you see, this is kind of a container effect. Let's add the container and then row. Okay, and make it justify content center so that the content get into center. And now I can basically get these three column layout MD3, and then I need three these things, so I edit this way. And here let's see departure. Here it is customized trips, and here it is find trips. Okay, now if I see preview, I get the similar effect. Okay, now let's add image, which is basically a calendar, and next let's add a div with info, and where our first part is some header. Let me give it as h4 and write it as departures, and another as p tag. I write is at guarantee departure trips, guaranteed departure trip. Okay, yes, and now let me copy all these things and update this div as well, and update this div as well. Here instead of calendar I need to add this map, which is a map, and then here I need to write it as customized trips, and here design your own trip, and here find trips, search perfect package, search perfect package. Okay, now if I save it, and if you see here I got the image and then these three as text. Okay, let's wrap this item into some div and make it as a flex, and now let's make it as flex, and here as well at the flex, and here. Now let's see, you can see now it's coming on the same row. Now I need to adjust this image size, and let's use this image size, which is 30, and dot highlights, and then dot image. Inside all the images of highlights, make that as 30. I can see I got this image as 30. Now let's update the text part. Now if you see here, there is a margin which is added by Bootstrap. Okay, you can see here, and then if you see p tag, we get unnecessary margin. You can remove that. Okay, and to remove that, dot highlights, then dot info, and then h4 margin bottom 0, and then info p tag margin bottom 0. This way its margin has been removed, and I think h4 is quite big, so let's give it as h5 and make all the h4 as h5. So you can do this by control D and D, and this way all the h4 is selected, and then all edit at once, and now it's, I think, perfect. Okay, so I need to update it as search. Okay, now you can see my search is also added. Now I need to basically style the text and color. Let's add the color. Let's enable, and then if you see this color is F0C078, which is our H5. Now let's add this color as hash F0C078, and let's make the font size as 13 pixel, and let's see the review, and then it's quite as you expected. Okay, and I need to give some margin here, which we can directly add it as ml3 ml3 and ml3, and this way I think it's quite a huge margin, so let's make it to 2, which is good enough. Now we need to basically add some padding to highlights, and here padding to 1 rem and 0 left right. 1 rem is still quite low, let's give it 2 reload. Okay, now it's, I think, good enough. Now here we need to add some background color, highlight, and then F4E3, and then background F4E3. Some, yeah, I got the intended highlight.